You know, when we're kids, everything is so exciting, so interesting. You know, you look around the world and everything is, there's a fascination. And we lose that as we get older. So I feel like magic kind of kicks that back into us, where we see something that we haven't seen before or something that just doesn't make sense to us. It expands your mind. It makes you wonder, it makes you think. And I think that's valuable. I think that's powerful. I wanted to be able to give that experience to other people after experiencing it for myself, I feel. It started as kind of just a fascination with cards and sleight of hand and dexterity. You know, it became almost an outlet, maybe a creative outlet to try different things or just to try to create different ideas. And it became a way to share, you know, with other people this joy that I had. Pretty much right after I graduated college, I joined YouTube. There's this guy, his name is Miss Mag822. He's another magic channel, you know, in the YouTube space. And he was probably the biggest at the time, and he used to run these contests. And it's something he'd probably do a couple times a year. And right around the time when I graduated school, he started this contest for like the best magic trick. And you would submit videos. Back in the day in YouTube, you could submit video responses to somebody else's video. So you had thousands of people submitting their entry into this contest for like, hey, here's the best card trick. I came home from work, from the whole engineering gig, and I checked my email inbox and it was flooded with new subscribers. I was like, wait, what just happened? So he announced my old channel as the winner, and that was just a crazy feeling. And that was kind of the first spark or the first entry point for YouTube for me, because after that, I guess I got a level of recognition and credibility, and that helped me launch my channel. It's interesting because when I was learning magic, it was primarily done through books, as I mentioned earlier. That was like the way to learn. But now this new generation of magicians, online video is the way. Like YouTube is the #1 learning resource in the world at this point. If you want to learn something, you go to YouTube. And I recognized that, and I recognized that there was going to be a huge shift in the way that magic was taught and learned. And what I noticed was that on YouTube already, there was a number of people teaching magic, but it was done very poorly. And I found a pain point. I found a gap that needed to be filled, and I was in a good position to do it. So I would come home from the engineering job and I would start making these videos. I think the goal was to have a creative outlet, just a side project that kept me occupied, that kept me, interested in magic, or a way to kind of express my interest in magic. But I think a secondary goal was to generate some level of passive income. The concept of passive income was very appealing to me at the time. And as the audience grew and as the subscribers grew, I knew at a certain point it just clicked, where I was like, this is gonna be a company, this is gonna be a business, and I am gonna be able to pivot from being an engineer to being a full-time YouTuber. I knew that the engineering job was now becoming almost a liability, in the sense that it was taking a lot of my time, a lot of my focus, a lot of my energy, and all of that time, energy, and resource would be better spent on my own company. Honestly, I didn't talk to too many people about it, because the people I did talk to about it weren't all that supportive of the idea. Even now, like sometimes I talk to my parents, I'm like, Asad, when are you gonna go back to being an engineer? And I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm good. Like, I like doing this. But like, they still like, it's still an unfamiliar thing to parents and to a lot of people. So I think I left the job at around the same time I got the idea of, I want to create a product. It's time to make this happen. So the first project was a Kickstarter project that I launched. It was basically called the Foundations of Card Magic. And it was a digital product teaching the most powerful and practical card magic that I have learned in my 10+ years of experience at the time. And it did really well. It was a 30-day Kickstarter campaign. I put a funding goal of like, I think $10,000, and it ended up raising almost $70,000 within that 30-day campaign window. And that's how much I make in a full year of being an engineer, pretty much. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. It was the transition from being just a YouTube channel to being a company for me. That's what it represented. And it represented a level of just independence. The business has a few main sources of revenue. The YouTube channel is one, through AdSense ad revenue. The second is through online courses. We put together premium courses that we sell for people who want to, learn magic in a more serious way. So that's the second. The third is through our online shop, e-commerce shop, where we sell physical products. And then every now and then we'll run a Kickstarter project. Another part of the reason why I'm so interested in in YouTube, in Magic, in this business is because it's also a great avenue for self-growth. And at the same time, I'm able to provide value to a lot of people who are interested in this craft. And so I would just say it's a great deal of fulfillment all around. I would say being a blogger means that you're taking your passions, your expertise, and you're presenting it and distributing it to other people who are also interested in that subject. And it can come in a variety of different forms. It could be through writing, it could be through podcast, through video, whatever it is, as long as you're publishing content in a way that makes it easy for other people to read it and duplicate that information and use it for themselves. My name is Asad Chaudhry. I am a magician, a YouTuber, an entrepreneur, and I'm a blogger.